Hey everybody, it's Sir Mr. Clean, and we are back with another initial review, this time on Crimson Desert. I have been very excited to play this game. In ever since really I demoed it at PAX in Seattle, PAX West, and even more so in the last couple months as I've been seeing more and more trailers and information about the game and just how big it is and how many systems it has and how complex the battling is. Very, very interested in the game. It came out yesterday, the 19th, and I played probably a good 7 or 8 hours of it the first day, probably from 4 in the afternoon until 1:30 in the morning, with a dinner break and stuff like that. So initial reactions to the game, absolutely beautiful. Like if you're looking at this is on a base PS5. This is not even a PS5 Pro. I do have VSync turned off to help with performance, so there is a little bit of screen tearing, but it's not horrible. Here's something about me. I've never been a high fidelity gamer. I never had a really great PC. I've never owned any of the pro versions of consoles, because I just don't have the extra expendable income. Like I'd rather be buying games than constantly upgrading my systems. I do have a decent computer now. I have a 4070 Ti Super. And so I really struggled on whether I was going to get this on PlayStation or get it on PC. Most of my games are on PlayStation, so I kind of am part of that ecosystem as far as like I want trophies, I want, I play with my friends on PlayStation, like that's kind of how it is. If I really end up liking this game a lot, enough where I'd want to do like a second playthrough or something, I may consider getting it on PC just to be able to crank the settings up. But even as you can see, even on a base PS5, this is in quality mode too. This is not even in balanced. This is in quality mode. So on the PS5 they have, I don't know how it is on other systems, but I think on the consoles it's quality, balanced, and performance. And I have it on quality because it gets a solid 30, and it looks really good. Like I'm amazed at the detail in this game. You can see really far, like you can go anywhere you can look, and this is not even kind of part of it. Like this is a very small area that you can see right now. I could probably climb up there and get a better view, but the game is massive. So first off, if you go and take a look at the map, this is like one city, and then if I kind of zoom out, and then I can go all the way up into this corner, all the way over to this corner, all the way down, and all the way back over. And now I've played for 8 hours, and this is all that I've uncovered so far. Not to mention, there's the abyss, which is the area in the sky. And there's a whole, and that covers the whole same part of the map. It's not quite as dense if you think of like, Tears of the Kingdom. It's like a bunch of islands and you do certain things on the islands. Like I've been to this little island area right here, but that's it. The game feels massive. I've been riding my horse around this area. I don't think I've unlocked a single fast travel point yet in my first 8 hours. And it might just be because I don't know where they are or how to unlock them. I've heard that they might be like the little question mark foggy areas on the map. They're either fast travel points or like puzzles. So I haven't unlocked any yet. So I've been riding my horse everywhere. And it's fun. There's a really cool horse and walking follow command. So you can like, if you're following somebody for a quest, you can just like hold X and it'll follow them. Whether you're walking or on your horse, which is super nice. Some quests involve other people getting on your horse with you, which I didn't think was a thing, but it is a thing. Your horse can swim. Traversal is pretty crazy. You can attack with your horse. You can buy new barding that allows you more new tack and barding that allows your horse to attack and do damage and increase its health and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot to this game. There's a lot of systems. I feel like my initial impression is very positive, but I'm curious if that after, 20, 40, 80 hours, if some of those systems start to grate on you. I don't know. Right now, they're all pretty fun, and they all kind of have they all have purpose. It seems like so far nothing I've ran into is like just like nothing feels unimportant. Everything feels like it's feeding into important things like upgrading and making your character stronger, because it's not really an RPG where you level up. It's an RPG where you're role playing as this character and you're really just trying to unlock stuff, like unlock skill points, unlock better equipment, upgrade your equipment. And that's how you get a little bit stronger. And then also learning how to use your combos together when you're fighting. And so the skill system is pretty involved. There's basically three major trees. One is focused more on combat, like armed combat, marksmanship, grappling, unarmed combat. And then you've got like your stamina, where you can upgrade your stamina. And then also there's energy, which is more like earth stuff, more nature related. So you have your spirit energy. You've got like, evasive maneuvers, double jump. You got a lot of different skills here. Your focus, your nature's grasp. And then you've got kind of what I call like the health side of the tree, which is also elemental related. So it's got your forces, it's got your imbue elements, which I'm hoping to get into soon because I want some fire on my sword, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot to do. And apparently there are enough skill points to unlock all of this. And I think you can also use your artifacts, abyss artifacts, to upgrade your weapons in certain places, like maybe to get to a higher tier of weapon or something. So once you find the weapon that you like, for example, let's say you really like this Fallen Kingdom sword, right? There's a refinement level. Right now it's refinement level 2. But as you refine it, you can increase its stats. So if you find a weapon that has really good perks on it, you can upgrade those, and you can upgrade them quite a bit, which is very nice. The other thing that I didn't like at first until I found a trick, and I'll show the trick to you because someone else showed it to me, is that your inventory space is pretty low. You start out with like 20 spaces or something. But what's nice about it is all of the main quests, not all of them, but a lot of the main quests that you're working your way through, every time you complete a quest, you get 3 more bag spaces. And so I've gotten up to 90 now, I guess. I have 90 bag spaces, which is pretty awesome. It's actually more than I thought I had. But then also, you can buy individual slot upgrades, so like one slot upgrades from vendors. So a lot of vendors have a bag that you can buy that just increases your inventory by 1. So right now it seems like it's not a huge deal. I've run into, running out of space a few times, but I'm at the point already, 8 hours in, where I don't think I'm going to have that problem as much. The other thing I've heard is that you can group things. So like, for example, I've got all my tools here, right? So if I hit L3, it groups them all into a spot. And it doesn't necessarily give you more bag space. Like I still only have 47 slots used and 90 total in my bag space, right? But it does group them so they're easier to see and they don't take up as much room in the backpack. So like now you can see my tools are in this little mini list instead of spread out in my inventory. So I can do the same thing with like cooking, right? So anything that's like, let's say I want all my ingredients to be in their own little place. So now I have a grouping for ingredients. Let's say I want to look at my cooking. So any cooked recipes. Now I have all my cooked recipes in a grouping, which is very helpful. And I don't know where they went. Oh, here it is. So here's my cooking. So then if I come in here, I've got all my cooking things that I've cooked. These are my ingredients. So you can group certain like things. So if I want to also group like crafting and refinement material, there's all my crafting and refinement material now in a group. So it doesn't, if you notice at the bottom, it still says I'm 47 out of 90. So it doesn't give you more space. It just organizes it and makes it a little bit easier to get to the things you want within your inventory. And then I can also like group my abyss items. So, and then special items like your bounties and notes and other documents and things like that, they automatically group all these little purple ones at the top, which is very nice. There is so much to this game, though. I'm not even sure like where really to go. There are main quests, there are faction quests, there's challenges. If I come over here, there's an entire knowledge base where you have tons and tons of things that you can unlock. And I love that it tracks it so that you know, like, oh, what percentage am I? I'm a completionist. So I love the idea of having lists of things to do and a checklist that tells me how far I've gone, which is another reason why I enjoy this on the PlayStation. And I know, Steam has achievements and everything, but for me, trophies is just a thing that I've gotten used to over the years. I've been a PlayStation gamer for probably the past 10 years. Before that, I was Xbox. Before that, I was Nintendo. As my like primary system. I still have all the systems. I have a Xbox sitting right there. I've got my PS5 here. I've got my Switch in the other room. Like I have all the systems. I have a Steam Deck right here. So I'm a gamer of the people. I enjoy all the different gaming consoles, and I love it when games are on every system because it gives players choice. And I like that. I don't like to gatekeep. There's guides, how do you do certain things? So if you don't remember how to do something, you can come in here and look at all the different guides. There's also notifications. So anytime you like increase your trust with people or your faction standing or your trust with animals, all those notifications are here so you can kind of go through them. I don't know if it keeps track of literally everything because I have way more notifications than this. So it probably keeps like the last 20 or something. Obviously your options. Near the beginning of the game, you come up with a way to fly and float, and it's pretty freaking cool. You will die if you do not land properly. If you land too far, you will die. I died the very first time I flew. So be careful of that. But the game is massive. The game is massive. As far as downfalls, besides like inventory management, because I think if they took some things out of the inventory, like right now your money is in the inventory, your keys are all kind of separated in the inventory. Like if they gave you a key ring, took the money out of the inventory, if they maybe took your abyss artifacts and put them somewhere else, key items could be somewhere else. Your tools could be somewhere else. Like there's things that they could do. You could have a pouch specifically for ingredients or herbalism. I feel like they can do some things with that. And I've heard that they're working on it. I've also heard that when you get to camp, when you finally unlock your camp, which I haven't done yet, but I think I'm getting close to it. When you unlock your camp, they don't have like a camp stash where you can put, like all the resources that you're collecting for your camp, which I find strange. And hopefully they'll add that. I have a feeling they probably will because it seems kind of ridiculous. Those will go a long way with a lot of the complaints I've seen. The only other thing that bugs me really is the main story. There is a main story, but it's a little bit confusing, and I find that all the stuff that I'm doing in the world, all the side quests that I'm going on, and even part of the main quest, like everything so far has been voice acted. There's some humor in there. So the quality of all of it is really good, really high, right? But the substance is low, especially the main story, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know, like, I understand I'm trying to like find my gray mains, and then eventually when I get to camp, I'll probably have things to do to build up my camp to kind of rebuild our group. But like right now, the story, it basically kind of just drops you in the world and it says go do stuff. It would be nice if there was a bit more of a through line with what you're going to do, and it was very specifically like this is what you're doing and then these are the other things. Right now it's kind of a mix, and it's I was kind of expecting it, but I was also hoping that maybe I was wrong and it would be a bit more engaging. The exploration in this game is amazing. Like, I'm finding stuff everywhere. You find like places that you need to like liberate, and that's always fun. And then that unlocks more quests. I'm finding just all kinds of things just scattered throughout the world. So the exploration part of it is absolutely fantastic, and that's what I was really hoping for anyway, because I like that kind of stuff. Like, I really loved Elden Ring because it didn't hold your hand and you could just explore and you were rewarded for your exploring. Same with like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, those are great games. Yes, there's, you know, some main quest things that you need to do to keep the story moving, but like you could pretty much just go anywhere. And that's kind of how I feel with this. And I haven't even left the first like town, like let alone the first area. I'm in this area where this town is, and I haven't really gone that far from the town. Everything I've been doing has been here. I've been upgrading weapons. I've been doing side quests. I've been helping people. I've been, I haven't really found any puzzles yet. I did find one, but it said I couldn't do it until I talked to somebody first. So I have to go find some people. So I love just the sense of exploration. I like that I'm not being handheld, you know, as much as I like quest markers to kind of know where to go. I'm glad that it's not that pervasive in this game. Like, obviously, whatever quest you have tracked, there is a quest marker for it, which is great. But there aren't icons like all over the map so far. They do show up on your mini map, like just points of interest and things like that, but they're not on your big map, so it's not cluttered. It's more just go and do stuff. So, my initial review for this game, I would say it's probably sitting at like an 8 out of 10. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. I'm hopeful that will go up as I play the game more. I'm hopeful that it won't go down. I can see myself really getting invested in this and like wanting to do everything on my first playthrough. There's just a ton to do, and I like that. I like checklists. I like being able to see what I'm doing and where I'm going. And overall, I really like it. I really like it. I think if you're into games like Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom, you like these big games that don't necessarily hold your hand, and there's tons to do, especially if you like MMOs where there's lots of systems that you can engage with. So far, it seems like they all kind of feed into, you know, a sense of progression, mostly upgrading weapons and unlocking skills, which is the way to progress. Like, there are no levels really. I think you'll like this game. I think you will. The combat takes a bit to get used to just because there are so many moves, and trying to string those moves together is sometimes frustrating, but once you get them, it feels really good and you look cool doing it. So there's a sense of accomplishment and just flair and fun. So yeah, I think if you're into that kind of stuff, you'll definitely like the game. It could be worth waiting for a sale. They're also going to be doing patches and doing some more quality of life stuff. It seems like the developers on it, and they're in this for the long haul. So excited to see all of it. So that's it for right now. I'll come back again with a much more complete review once we're much farther into the game. But thank you for watching. Take care. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you in the next video.